Yeah, just got to be careful because if we make too many comments about shoot to kill, suddenly the fans are like, "Why are you so mean?"
Oh, I'm in the green, baby. I've earned my. I can. Kurt has basically told me I can say whatever I want about SDK at this point, but I still keep it. You know,
giving you free liberty? That's a dangerous.
But no, honestly, like SDK, yeah, it hasn't been like the greatest event, but they're still getting points, and I'm sure they'll adjust. SDK, how many times do we talk about it? Even in events that they start slower, they always seem to find their way into the top 5, top 3, whatever, or just winning the event. So I'm not really worried about them, especially now coming into the second week. We really get to see what they can do with all the research that they got from the previous week and the previous 3 days.
That's the big thing I have my eyes on. If there's one team I know has probably spent hours upon hours VOD reviewing time and time again,
sure,
it's going to be them to specifically analyze what the hell was happening and why weren't we getting those stages. Now, I do have my eyes on shoot to kill on if they're going to be capable of gaining some momentum early, because I feel like given last weekend, if they have some struggle starting off again, you might have they're a very strong mental team, but no matter how strong your mental is, sooner or later you feel like you're just chasing and you can't catch.
Well, that's actually another point I was about to bring up. I mean, looking at this circle, fortunately, isn't going to be one of those cases, but SDK, I mean, they've been chasing a lot of circles this event, playing from behind, just trying to figure out a way to get in. It seems watching Leda take some shots.
A Cresce in positioning, and you're going to see the firefights just going the outside of it. Just too easy. Caught out now and in position, and they are just getting harassed by Keenan.
I'm actually also curious, Matt, if any of these teams are going to go further past and go for Bendita. Bendita is a wonderful spot, especially if you're playing on the outside of it, right? Like if you have a team here on this side of the bowl and you're just playing right around here, you pretty much have vision on everything. You can cover your back and you can scout ahead and see what's in Bendita as well as what's going on around it.
Rumblers now in a firefight with Nootropic in a similar situation what we saw just a second ago, but it is also going to be just too easy coming back behind that. Valiate's trying to defend up on this point, but he has got a lot of Nootropic around him. Looks like Rumblers have gotten control over the situation and are now looking at a way to go out and
they're
try to
so far though. Yeah, he'll be all right. Valiate, on the other hand, like he's going to take shots. He's going to find one.
What is that? Okay, so
I don't know.
BBB stopped to go see what was going on with this just too easy Rumbler situation. Keenan's now down. The rest of Rumblers get vision on what's going on, and BBB, man, are just getting pounded trying to get into this.
There are definitely some times where I'm like, yeah, man, I really wish 22 would just kind of be the aggressors here and take the fight. But you can't argue that they've been finding consistency. I think this is one of the most consistent events for them so far.
Yeah.
So I got to give it up to him, man. 22 is playing well.
A couple of crashes are going on to Minas Generalis as well. AKM. Mox is kind of by his lonesome right now. The other 3 members are going to be to the west. Rumblers rumbling down into the south, trying to make their push in. Troglodytes, you can see, trying to make their cross. It's going to be just too easy. That goes down through combined might of eUnited as well.
If Rumblers can maybe neutralize Kill Demo here, they kind of can play under that ridge that he's on. It's not great because I'm pretty sure Sonics have a decent line of sight, but overall, that's kind of the play I think they're looking to make here. Is Rusty going to ruin that for them? Obviously, a knock has already gone out, so they should be able to get Los up, and that's what Waldo's looking to do. He's moving up and trying to play on this ridge.
300 trying to fend up as Cresce did make the crash in, but there are so many angles you have to defend. Neverwhore, the last one up for his squad. Cresce making the push right now, feeling like they've got the control over the situation. Neverwhore blinded at the time. Here's the footsteps coming around him. Is he going to opt into playing this aggressively? Looks like he realized that might be his only option. Well, looks like he might smoke through, spots out, goes for the spray, gets knocked down, and there you go. Cresce gets control over that area.
And he goes for, he goes for it. Well done, but now we see AKM traveling through that area. Yahoo sees this as well, and they realize that if anything, they might have a little ridge to play, but the rest of those teams rotating through have nothing, so they're going to have to bunch up, and they're going to basically play towards eUnited as well as Sonics.
Rusty Zero making his path in. Rumblers do look like they know he's there. They keep glancing back to make sure nobody's coming in. But, they're going for a rotation as he shows himself in his reposition. Gets the shots in, is going to take down Waldo. Now Rumblers have to deal with the threat back behind them. Rusty Zero, they do have the cliff facing that they can use for cover for now, but this is kind of the only thing that's going on. Just due to the way that the terrain works here, a lot of people don't have vision on each other.
Right. And this is where I thought Rumblers would play. This is pretty much the only play they really had, and that shift, with nothing to play, they're going to have to fight their way in.
Now it's time to pick up those kill points as you can. Firefights starting to break out. Yoho does manage to make it into the safe zone itself. Is going to get vision on the opposite side of everything that's going on with the shoot-to-kill-dodge situation. Now we're seeing what's going on as Rumblers are still trying to push their way into position, still using that cliff facing, have gotten right up next to Gaskin's dependable location.
It's crazy that they're still... mean, there's still 11 teams alive.
8 kills right
Yeah.
now for Rumblers, too.
Rumblers, they've been fighting from that south side. They have absolutely earned this position. And we actually I saw little shades of the old Rumblers in the very first day. We saw some really great stuff. They were very measured in a lot of their approaches. They were getting good frags. Haven't seen that as much in the 2 days that followed, but it is nice to see them start to finally come back into the form that we expect them to be in. And Los is unfortunately going to run right into that molly.
Yeah, that's not going to be favorable. He's going to go down. That one, that's
my fault. I was talking about them.
Yeah, you're not allowed. God's
that was my fault. Oh, nice shots coming out. Reela's going to get knocked. Okay, Nico.
So this is what's going on with everything coming in from the east. You can see eUnited's trying to defend up, and there's just a ton of teams. 22's caught up right up on top of what's going to be happening looking into this. Sonics is getting more control over the circle while all this is happening. The Remnants AKM also over here, as well as a Crochet, and that's kind of the nature of the beast is all of these remnant teams coming in from the eastern position are just getting demolished and having to fight right up on top of each other. Circle shifts heavily favoring Yoho and Sonic's position.
This is a really good circle for them, but unfortunately, it's also a fantastic circle for Sonics to rain down hell onto Dodge, and then eventually Yahoo, right? Because again, they're on that incline, and they're going to be able to just kind of pour over and just do pretty much uncontested damage here. As you see, Cherry, just the last one, trying to survive.
I mean, what does he even do? He's
doing
angles held down.
He's doing what he can do. He's got to survive. That's all he can do.
I mean, he is in the safe zone, but Poon's just going to be pushing up right now while we get covering fire coming up from Shinboy.
And I love this.
Just be a matter of time.
Yeah, clear him out. Get him out of there, Matt.
Yeah.
Put him in a body bag. Get him out of there.
Get him out of there. All right, so you got to be careful with this. But with Yoho making this shift over, that does mean that Sonics is getting more control over the circle itself. We are seeing a mini mountain circle, for lack of a better term, the way that it's set up. We've got a high point that's going to be in the middle of it where we get a lot of vision coming out. United spots out what's going to be going on. Off to the east of this one, you can see multiple teams now going down. AKM is also going to be approaching from over there. Bing Bang Boom is also eliminated. So with what's happening, you can see that there's this northern fight where H-Wit's going to run right down into Cherry.
Cherry could be a huge factor here. He could actually swing the favor of this game in Yahoo's favor, honestly.
As it does look like Sonics are getting more aggressive in this push. Does he get a read? Get some damage into it. Gets the knock before he goes down.
But Cherry fights
Are we going to see
knock.
Yahoo get anything out of it? They're now starting to move aggressively down this hillside. eUnited taking shots at the backside of them.
This is huge, but Mime has realized this as well. He's got to go back and look for United. He knows that other team is going to be there. The problem is United is shooting from a different angle altogether. And they have all but shredded the rest of Sonics, and they're now doing the same to Yahoo.
I mean, just this vision that they have. This is where we saw Yoho playing from earlier. They moved down to try to take care of Cherry, and really Yoho has suffered for this. Not as bad as Sonics has, but eUnited has so much control. Mine now has to contend up against Gas Cans as they're making their way in, and this is starting to feel like the vision that eUnited has from here, they could just propel this into more and more control.
This whole time, we've been talking about Yoho, Sonics, eUnited. Gas Cans have actually been surviving in the back line. They still have 3 members up. They lost Greg a little earlier, but they are now actually making a decent push. If they get on the backside of this hill, Matt, they could absolutely destroy Yahoo.
They're going
and then
for it.
Potentially work over towards eUnited, but don't forget about Mime.
Yeah, Gas Can's now getting in vision. Yoho very aware on it. eUnited not making the push just quite yet. If we start to see some knocks come into that kill feed, that might be how they're opting for their movement. Snakers leading the way on the opposite side of this one. Gas Cans now finding Kickstart's position, still holding them back. So it is a 3-way fight. Everybody flanking around the outside of this one, but it's going to be Snakers that finds the way to open it up on the opposite side. Goes for the spray into Shinboy, who's just trying to defend up. Mime taking the shots into what's going on. See if he can pick up some kills of his own. Just taking those away.
That's 2 additional kills going of the way of Sonics. You could argue didn't even need those points, really, but my goodness, and here it comes, Relo, the perfect timing again. They are so good at recognizing these situations and capitalizing. 12 kills now, eUnited, complete control of the circle, and almost no hope for the other teams.
High ground positioning coming up big for them. They know everything that's going on. Mime being the moving factor back behind it. Only team in the circle as well. Waika Kamukau trying to push his way into this one, and it's going to be hard. The moment he crests up into this, all these members are going to have vision on him, and he knows it. He's trying to find a way to navigate it, but is still aware of the fact that they've got a sneaky mine back behind them that is wanting to take them down. Does get dropped on at that moment. And Gas Cans they're having to pick their approach, but eUnited just gets to pick where they want to peek, and it's so much easier to be on the peeking side of this.
Yeah, but even that knock on Snakers is a big potential here. Mime's still alive. kind of being the third member of Gas Cans now who lost one. He's going to shoot, though, and he's going to whiff, so they know about him now. Kickstart, can he finish it? The flash!
Is the
Beautiful.
distraction enough, though? eUnited, can they continue to hold this with Gas Cans moving up? And it is going to be a strong defense for eUnited with 16 kills to take down.
I pray my dick get big as the Apple Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours.